Ms. Pratima Gurung, Asia Regional Coordinator, Indigenous Persons with Disabilities Global Network.
I will be reflecting some of the issues related with the Sustainable Development Goal 2030 Development Agenda. Peeping from the window of the Sustainable Development Goal, it urges every one of us that the goals meet for all the people, all the nations, going towards the most marginalized, reaching to the farthest behind first. These goals and targets will stimulate to take actions over the next 15 years in the areas of critical importance for the humanity, where the habitat of human beings incorporating 370 million indigenous people, 1 billion persons with disabilities, and 45 million indigenous persons with disabilities. We, indigenous persons with disabilities, suffer from multiple blows of discriminations, both from the public and private sphere, because of the gender, disability, indigenous identity, and cultural practices. We are the pocket of the extreme poor and vulnerable people because of the violence and abuse. We are at the high level of risks and disaster in the emergencies and crises, with struggling to exist as one of the most risk population of the globe. We have barriers to participate in many social activities like lack to access to development programs, funds, education, employment, health, and informations. However, now we believe that these are not the obstacles, and this should not be the barrier for us, but because rather it's a key for our success and prosperity, for an equitable society we live. As a change maker of the society, we, indigenous peoples, have been contributing through partnership with others to make a prosperous and peaceful society since centuries. For instance, being indigenous people, our traditional knowledge, values, understanding of life, and living with the nature cannot be simply defined, but can be understood as a collection of knowledge that is passed down and that is developed through generations. As many indigenous communities have survived through cycles of environmental change, that includes information that would undoubtedly be useful for the current climate change debate. The principle that guides us to live in the culture of respecting the diversity, human values, and Mother Earth integrate to make an inclusive society, no matter where we are, how we are, and who we are. Therefore, we understand that we are not the problem, but the key solution in many aspects of lives that we can do better to make this world fit and feel for all. In this regard, we as indigenous persons with disabilities began our journey to seek our identity from 2012, and we'd like to thank DRF has become an important hands for us in every achievement. It has been achieved that many crucial things has been achieved in these 4 years with the establishment of the global network, with the study we have done with the 12th session of the Permanent Forum, the reference of the outcome document, including many more. These are not the reflections of our deed, but indeed the contribution of all of us, each here inside the hall and outside the hall, who have joined hands together with us to bring these affirmative actions and reach to the most marginalized, vulnerable, and excluded group. To reflect on this matter, this would be possible when we were able to be on the table as a representative to discuss, to raise our voice, and with a voice of 54 million voiceless. We have achieved achievements that have reflected in the documents, represented in the global forum with ideas and opinions, and implemented at the grassroots level to strengthen the capacity through institutional development. With this shift today, we want to be on the table not because we need to be there, because we need to create space for our 54 million indigenous brothers and sisters to open the avenues to work on achieving their rights. These avenues are for the people and by the people, and for the people with the aim that nothing about us without us. For that, it's important for us to make a plan. First, engaging in the gravity of these emerging issues, developing a framework and the strategies to reach to the most marginalized and creating a space for them. Second, we target to develop some of the champions leaders through networking and alliance at the local, regional, and global level by advocacy and lobby. Third, we plan to widen any scope of the required tasks through conducting research, reliable data, precise evidence-based cases, and stories for our advocacy and lobby. We embark on this great collective journey to create a very just, equitable, open, and socially inclusive world in this which we need the most vulnerable are met. We please all of us here that we will endeavor to reach the furthest behind first and meet our goals. Thank you very much.